Kane, it's 1-0. We're fucking down. 13th in the championship. The takeover happened, as I said it would. People will be... Oh, when have we got Leeds? Now then, people, good morning and welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. It's time for another video and it's another day closer to the championship kickoff. It's another day closer to the return of Leeds United in pre-season, which is on the 2nd this Sunday. It's another day closer to that first pre-season friendly against Manchester United over in Oslo. Yeah, it's not looking good, is it? It's not looking good at all. It's frustrating as a fan because we're in limbo. Look, I think the YEP have reached out to the football club and have therefore done a piece on the current situation at Leeds United, and we're going to go through that piece. Big up Joe Donahue and Graham Smith at the YEP. We'll go through that piece. I've just seen a story that apparently we're linked to Emmanuel Dennis. I'd be all over that every single day of the week. He's proven that he can score goals in the Championship. A lot of Leeds fans wanted him last season. He goes to Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest are going a different route. He's probably not played as well as they would have thought, and he's going to be available again. Would I take Emmanuel Dennis? Yes. Would I prefer Joel Pirro? Yeah, probably. Like Jamie said in the chat, but it looks like Leicester are moving there as well. Leicester ain't playing. As much as I don't rate their business, I don't rate Harry Winks, I don't rate Conor Cody, they are making moves though, right? As for Leeds United, it seems like we're all waiting on the EFL. The EFL are holding Leeds United to ransom, if you like. What's really frustrating as a fan is, like, this could only happen to Leeds. Like, the EFL fit and proper director's chest changes the week we're getting taken over. You couldn't write this shit. We'd already been approved by the Premier League. What's so dissimilar? What's so different between the EFL and the Premier League? Tell me what is the difference apart from the EFL being a shitter league and run by absolute idiots? Because that's facts. Look at Sean Harvey. Look at the Carabao Cup. That's EFL. The EFL's, they talk about fit and proper persons test. What about Bury? What about Wigan? What about all these football clubs that go under, right? The Premier League have said it's all good. So what are you waiting for? Why? Why? And again, it is so Leeds for them to bring in a new fit and proper persons test on the week or the time when we're getting bought over. Like, you could not write this shit. And they're just taking the piss now. And it seems like they're waiting on that. Damar Facey says Peter Risdale is on the EFL board. Say no more. Well, say less, but I did not know. I did not know that. But there you go. That tells you all you need to know. Sean Harvey was there, for God's sake. You know, I think he still is there. Maybe. I'm not too sure, but it's just an absolute shit show. And it's really frustrating that it seems to be the one thing that's holding us up. And Joe Donahue's done a piece today, which is a good piece. I've had a read through it, and we'll go through it. We'll talk about some of the latest links as well. You're right, Leeds Shetland. We already know how this story goes, right? We already know they're incompetent. But what I don't understand is, like, how the Premier League can give the thumbs up, yet the EFL can't. Or EFL are still in the process of giving the thumbs up. Absolute idiocy. Maybe it's because we've got so many people to look into. I'm not too sure. But they need to do something, because they are scuppering our chances of an automatic return. They are actually putting us at a disadvantage. They are putting us at a disadvantage. They are, for me, they are not using integrity. You know, people talk about sporting integrity. There was a lot of that during the COVID season, and whether or not it was sporting integrity to allow teams to go up with just youngsters up against top teams because they didn't have COVID, etc. This becomes soon for me about sporting integrity, because what they are doing is scuppering Leeds United chances. We should already have a new manager in the door. The facts are and we'll talk about Joe Donohue's piece. If this does not get ratified this week, then the players are going to be returning to Michael Skubala and Rob Price. That's it. We've got no one else. They're going to be walking in going, what the fuck? They're going to be straight onto their agents. You know, Crysencio Somerville's already spoken about how when he came into the first 6 months, he couldn't wait to get back to Holland. Best believe he's leaving. Best believe he's leaving. So that's another one for me that's going. Yes, that was the first 6 months, but what's changed now? Now that we're in the Championship, back where he was, trust me, he'll go. He told his agent to wait till after the tournament. They're now out of the tournament. He was getting quite a lot of abuse from Holland fans for being a little bit greedy, etc. But listen, it's you know, these players are coming back. You want them to be welcomed by Daniel Farke. Hello, welcome. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're making moves. You want to go, you can go. I'd really, really like you to stay. But instead, they're going to be met by Michael Skubala, who's, you know, was a futsal coach, and Rob Price, who, as good as his job he is, we're always still carrying injuries. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a shit show. And that, for me, is the EFL's fault. I think. We don't know if Leeds United have put in the forms late or Radrizzani's threw a spanner in the works with how long it took him to agree. We just don't know. But this is the frustrating thing as well. Whilst we still haven't got EFL ratification, Radrizzani's out doing press conferences today on Andre Pirlo being the new manager. Yet we still don't have our owners in place. Make that make sense. How can Radrizzani, in effect, own 2 football clubs while we can't even get our owners, even though the Premier League have already rubber stamped it? But the EFL are still fucking about. No, I don't know if that's the case, Fred. I don't know the ins and outs of it, bro, but I think that's what's holding it up, because how can they appoint? But then again, you make a good point, because they appointed Nick Hammond. So, yeah, maybe, unless Radrizzani gave that tick and he don't want to get, I don't know. Yeah, it's mad. Jared, I don't know if you have an issue with your hearing, but I did not say that. I don't think anyone said that. What I'm saying is Radrizzani is able to be out in Italy, acquire his football club, appoint a manager, and do a press conference today, whereas where we hadn't even had... This is about the EFL. What are you talking about? Make it make sense. So, yeah, I don't understand, but let's get stuck into the article and see what's been said by Joe Donohue. As I say, there's some decent information in here. So he says the white squad are let's have a look. So it starts with the title that Leeds United await the completion of the takeover by 49ers Enterprises, after which the appointment of a new first-team manager is expected to be announced. It best be the same day. It goes on today. The white squad, at least those not involved in summer international action. So a lot of it will be... Jared, what are you talking? We're not talking about the 49ers here, bro. We're talking about the EFL. We're talking about the EFL. Radaby Leeds says, why don't the club just announce Farke out, even in principle? I mean, it'd calm a lot of us. Will calm the fan base, as you said, and players down. Wouldn't be Leeds if it wasn't a crisis. That's so true, bro. That is so true. So it says the white squad, at least those not involved in international action. So that'll be a lot of the young players, etc., that have been at the under-21s and those that are on international duty, which, you know, Rodrigo side and the youngsters. I don't think there was any... Tyler Adams is injured. Brendan Aronson, was he involved? I'm not too sure. But look, they're anticipated to return for pre-season testing and training on Sunday. Okay? This Sunday, and still we have no manager. If Leeds takeover is ratified by the EFL during the interim period, then a new head coach will be there to greet the players upon their arrival at Thorpe Arch ahead of the next campaign. This is what we need, right? If not, the annual testing program will carry on as normal. Head of Medicine and Performance Rob Price, along with his medical team, sports scientists like Tom Robinson and fitness coach Ruben Crespo, oversee the benchmarking for physical output. I mean, look, that's probably the same all the time, right? That's going to be the same all the time. They come in and they go through these rigorous testing. But that's all that's going to be there. They need the manager to be at the front door so we can listen, even just for fans. We know what it's like when you get them nice little YouTube videos and the manager shaking hands with everyone. We need a bit of that. I need a bit of that. But the players need that also, not to be coming back, just getting tested and be like, what is going on at this shit show of a football club? Because that's what it's like at the minute. In terms of coaching representatives, then we have Michael Skubala, Marcus Abad, who's been here for a long time now. And that is it. Because Sam Allardyce, Carl Robinson and Robbie Keane have left. So we've got Marcus Abad, who's a goalkeeping coach, and Michael Skubala, who was in charge for 2 games, who's a futsal coach. And then people want to talk about, oh, the 49ers are moving nice, man. They're moving quiet. They're moving good, you know. But yet that's not good. I don't care what you say about them moving in silence. Do you think they're clowns, all that sort of stuff? This is not good. Do you know? They will play a role in welcoming the players upon their return. How prominent a role will be determined by happenings at boardroom level over the coming days. Yeah, this is a worry in itself that after everyone going, we've only got bloody 2 coaches. Do you know what I mean? It's mad. Jared, we're not an NFL team, bro. The players are returning on Sunday to 2 coaches. While United wait patiently for their takeover to be greenlit, their closest championship rivals. Again, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. While United wait patiently for their takeover to be greenlit, their closest championship rivals make headway on coaching appointments of their own, while some have already reported back for pre-season. Southampton's coaching infrastructure was confirmed earlier this week following the appointment of ex-Swansea City boss Russell Martin. Matt Gill, Dean Thornton, Rhys Owen and Ben Parker have all joined Martin at St Mary's Stadium. So all them players that are coming, maybe James Ward-Prowse is thinking, can I stay here and lead this team to the Premier League again? Or does he come in, right, and there's no one there and he goes, fuck this, on the phone, get me out of this football club? No, he comes back to a brand new coaching team, yeah? A brand new coaching team, sits everyone down and says, this is what we're going to do. Are you with me or are you not? Okay? Also, they're making moves in terms of players. It says, meanwhile, the club's new director of football, Jason Wilcox, again, they got that sorted, helped tie down promising young talent Dominic Ballard to a new contract. The Saints squad also returned to the beginning of preseason on Wednesday, so they're already here. That's what I'm saying, Damar, but we don't, right? That's the point I'm making, bro. Goes on to say, so far Leeds have agreed the permanent exits of Tyler Roberts and Alfie McCalmont, but are yet to resolve the futures of several players whose contracts expire in the next 12 months. In terms of whose contracts they are, if we have a look at whose contracts will expire in the next 12 months. So we've got, obviously, Adam Forshaw and Joel Robles there. They're already gone, actually. It's the next 2 years, isn't it? The next 12 months. So you're looking at Rodrigo. Don't know if you can see that, folks. Just bear with me one moment. But these are some of the contracts that will end in the next 12 months. Rodrigo, 2024. Dallas, same again. Robin Koch, Luke Ayling and Liam Cooper. I don't expect Luke Ayling and Liam Cooper to be given new deals. He's going to be sold. He's going to be sold. And we're just going to have to see what this guy's about. So, yeah, there might be contracts. And maybe it's for the younger generation. But in terms of first teamers, that's the players in the next 12 months, from what I can see anyway, on Capology. Now let's move over to another one of our rivals. Fellow relegated side Leicester appointed Manchester City boss Enzo Maresca. Whether or not you think this is a good appointment or not, I'm not too sure. Let's wait and see. They, again, are getting their shit in order. And not only that, they've been reported to be signing Harry Winks, Conor Cody, Zach Steffen from Manchester City, of course, and Joel Pirro, one of the most sought-out strikers in the division, as potential transfer targets this summer as they aim to spend just a solitary season in the second tier. This is what we should be doing, and maybe we will do that. But what I'm saying is we're running out of time. And it's really frustrating as a fan because every minute counts. Like, EFL teams are already back. Some are already back. That's okay that we're not back, but I'm saying that's They're already back. They're already at work. I know, like Burnley, for example, he's already brought them back, Vincent Kompany, because he wants more time with them. We don't even have a manager who can make that decision. This is what I'm saying. And people want to talk. There is an issue with this. There is an issue with this. We have to, whether or not, this doesn't mean that I don't believe in the 49ers, whatever. I'm more aiming this at the 49ers, but I mean, yo, it is what it is. I'm not even gonna speak on it anymore, Jared. You know, it is what it is. Let's have a look. So we return on Sunday. Our first pre-season game is the 12th of July. If we have a look, it's 14 days, people. Who remembers us speaking about this being 6 weeks away and stuff? Do you remember? Like, we play Manchester United, right, in 14 days. This is our first pre-season, yeah? Wednesday, the 12th of July, we play in Oslo. I feel sorry for them fans in Oslo, in Scandinavia, or wherever it is, sorry. Is it Scandinavia? I think I always get it mixed up. That have waited for Leeds United to come there, because we have a massive, massive fan base over there in the Icelandic countries and Nordic countries and all that sort of stuff. And they're going to be presented with what probably will be an absolute shit show of a squad, because there's no preparation. That is in 2 weeks. That will soon come. 2 weeks, man. And again, we haven't even got anyone. Exactly, Jamie. Scandinavia. How many fans do we have in Scandinavia? We have loads. And it's about time. I mean, we did it with Australia. We went out to Australia because we have loads of fans in Australia, and we've rewarded the Scandinavian fans. Some of them make trips in like their 50s and 60s of people to come over to Ellen Road. So, yeah, they've been rewarded with a big tie against Man United. I mean, the price of the tickets are extortionate, but we'll not talk about that. It is what it is. But the fact that in 14 days' time, Leeds United are going to be going, who's going to be in the squad? No one. Like, at this moment in time, because loads of them are going to leave on loan. Loads of them are going to be sold. I feel sorry for them. Like I said, the season starts as well on what? The 5th of August? We played the 5th or 6th, is it? 6th, I think. Let's have a look at that in terms of... Again, this is even bigger worry, man. This is an even bigger worry, man. Look at this. 39 days. 39 days from the start of the season, and Leeds United, unfortunately, don't even have a manager. It annoys us. Big up to those watching from Sweden. Big up, MA. Just 5 weeks and 4 days. Yeah. Between now and the start of the season. It's not looking good, man. And this is the point, isn't it, Jack? As much as I disagree with some of their business, they're still doing it. Southampton making moves in terms of bringing in their manager. Can they convince someone like James Ward-Prowse to stay? Russell Martin will play an attractive brand of football. It's going to be interesting to see how this one goes. But as it stands, you know, Leeds United are twiddling their thumbs. Could it be because of the EFL potentially? But give us something. Just give us something. Like I say, the EFL have put together a nice piece, and I think it sort of like rounds everything off. So they spoke about, let's go back to that piece now. They were speaking about Leicester before I went off on a little bit of a tangent. Just one moment. I'll just hide this comment. News on incoming transfers has been relatively quiet, especially when you compare it with Leicester, for example, with few concrete links. I think the first concrete link, actual concrete, was yesterday with Nat Phillips. Although it is understood, football advisor Nick Hammond and the existing scouting framework, which is probably non-existent anyway, at Ellen Road are working on in the background on potential signings. Sorry, my mouse all over the shop there. So yeah, look, the first credible link for me was Nat Phillips for sure. And listen, it's been met with, I guess, I don't know, up and down, if you like, reactions. But I know a lot of Liverpool fans think, it's decent. And I agree. I agree with that. So understandably, it is difficult to definitively budget for summer transfer window whilst the club is in the final furrows of changing hands. Yeah, but they'll know how much they've got to spend. Come on now. Nevertheless, with each passing day, the takeover and the managerial situation remains in limbo. United run the risk of losing out on their targets. And that is a massive, massive thing that we haven't really thought about. What if Leeds United want to get Ryan Manning, right? And Ryan Manning's open to the idea of it, okay? Now, what if Leicester come for him? Because I don't rate that Christensen. What if he's waiting on Leeds United and Leicester go, I'm having a bit of that? What if Southampton look at Sam Field, who's at QPR, who we've also been linked with in the last year of his deal, that's been linked to Burnley as well? What if Southampton or Burnley, for example, what if Sam Field says, yeah, I like the idea of returning Leeds to return to the Premier League, and then someone else comes in for them? Malumbai, Jason Malumbai as well, Damar. You're exactly right, bro. So, Joe Donny, I haven't really thought of it up until this point. It hadn't even entered my psyche. But if you're Ryan Manning on, you're waiting on Leeds United, and then all of a sudden Leicester ring Enzo Maresca, who's worked with Pep Guardiola, who's signing Premier League players, or ex-Premier League players, internationals, if you like, as people were saying yesterday, it still looks an attractive prospect more than us right now. And that's, again, and again, this is where it comes to sporting integrity for me. This is where someone needs to be sent to the EFL. Mate, you're ruining us here. What are you doing? You know, the Premier League have signed it off. Why are we still waiting? We've got 39 days before the season starts, and you still got us waiting here. You need to sort it out. And it's really, really frustrating as a fan. And probably for the club as well. It says, it must be said, the situation Leeds find themselves in is little more than a waiting game. The club's new board members and key decision makers subject to the EFL's owners and directors tests are all expected to pass checks without issue. The check should be fucking done. Likewise, there is nothing at this point to suggest the delay is anything to do with complications holding up the deal. So if it's not to do with complications, what are they waiting for? Just put it through. You know, you're willing to put Trelino through who had court cases. You're willing to let clubs like Bury go under. So come on, what are you playing at here? Leeds are primed to make their head coach appointment following the takeover. I'd expect it same day, you know. I'd expect it same day. The club are hopeful confirmation of the transfer of ownership could arrive in the coming days or early next week. It's next week now, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's mad, isn't it? Yeah, Stephen says Huddersfield took months to complete. Sorry, I know. Yeah, so the club are hopeful it will come in the coming days or early next week. Yes, the manager is done. I agree, Talk. But until we get the changes over, then, because I think it's Daniel Farker, but we need it signed on the dotted line, don't we? Do you know what I mean? Because this is the thing. He can't sign a contract, I don't think, because they don't own it. What if someone came in for Daniel Farker now? What if another Bundesliga team says to him, do you know what? We actually like what you did at Mönchengladbach. Why don't you come in? You know? So this is the thing, innit? It's frustrating as a fan seeing it unfold. Well, seeing nothing unfold. I think that's the frustrating thing. We need something. The EFL need to give us something. The EFL need to give us something at least. Let's have a look at some transfer links while we do. Again, I reckon this could have legs. It may just be lazy journalism because we've been linked in the past. But Leeds United prepare bid for Dennis. Obviously, he will be allowed to leave Nottingham Forest. And I think he'd be a good signing. Can play off the left. He can play off the left, can play up front as well. We do need more firepower, that's for sure. Would I prefer him over Bamford? Yes, for sure. We have identified the Nigerian international as to man to make their attack more potent. Managed just 2 goals in 25 outings for Forest though last season. Not a great return, but that was in the Premier League. And as I say, he didn't have the best of time of it at Nottingham Forest. There were others that ended up being used ahead of him, if you like. Rosette says Sonny Perkins has been given the green light to leave on. He probably needs first team minutes, mate, to be honest. We've got a lot there, haven't we? We've got Mateo Joseph, Joe Gelhardt, Patrick Bamford, a new number 9. There's a lot in the positions there, so he probably does need minutes. Joel Pirro, yeah, far better option. What's to say you couldn't have Dennis and Pirro as well? But it depends how much money we've got sloshing about. It depends how serious the 49ers are, and until they actually come on, we don't know, do we? We don't actually know what's gonna happen there. I'm just gonna have a look at Emmanuel Dennis's numbers in the Championship for Watford. I don't think Watford did that good either that season. They got relegated. Well, they've not been back since, have they? So, so he got 10 goals in the Premier League in 21-22. Only played twice in the Championship, and then was transferred to Nottingham Forest. But yeah, 10 goals in the Premier League in 30 starts, 6 assists, so 16 goal involvements. It ain't that bad, is it, if we're being totally honest? Has previously been at Club Brugge and played at Cologne in the Bundesliga as well. I think he'd be a great signing for us personally, but yeah, he's not that prolific. But Philip Anderson says Perkins is 100% better than Bamford. I mean, how much have you seen of Perkins to make that sweeping statement? Let's just cool it a little bit. But yeah, he's obviously got a future, but these players do need minutes. Let's not forget. Look how much Creswell will have come on, and people would have had him starting. But look how much he came on for a loan. You know, he hasn't had proper first team minutes yet. Okay, he had them at West Ham, but a couple of minutes here and there. But let's have a look at some of the other links across the web. Again, it's just been confirmed by another publication that Leeds United want Nottingham Forest forward Emmanuel Dennis. Obviously, we're chasing Nat Phillips, which we all know about as well. Crysencio Somerville's been talking, hasn't he, saying that he did. Let's have a look. I'm just having a look here. I would not know yet. Yeah, sorry. The Somerville stuff was about him saying, I do not know whether I'll play for Leeds next season. I hear and read sorts of things. I told my agent to tell me after the tournament. It's now after the tournament. They've been knocked out. He's out talking about it. My first 6 months at Leeds, I didn't really like it, etc. So, yeah, we'll wait and see what happens with Cree. I think he's going to leave personally. So at the minute, the only credible, I would say, obviously Alfie McCalmont's left as well. The only credible links we've got, I would say, is Daniel Farker to be the manager and Nat Phillips to potentially come in as well. Also, there seems to be credible links about Leo Hjelde potentially going to Salernitana in Italy. That's on Italian Sky Sports as well. So that's on their official site, just saying there that the negotiations are ongoing between Leeds for Leo Hjelde. So he could be on his way out as well. Again, we need 2 left backs if that's the case. But yeah, that's it really. That's all the latest news. Please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course hit that notification bell. The fact that, I mean, I've just seen there Harry Winks, he's going to join Leicester, £10 million. I don't rate it personally, but yeah, £10 million. It's a lot of money for me. I'd rather Nat Phillips for 10 million than him anyway, but we move. Yeah, look. The YEP article means they've reached out to the football club to find out, to see if there's going to be anything, and they've said they've basically said, "Oh, we're not concerned, but we expect it in the coming days or early next week." So I don't see it being, you know, we're on Wednesday. I said Friday last night, but even that's looking bleak now. So I don't know, but it's not going to be today for me, unless something shock happens, because the YEP will have reached out for comment, if you like, and they've got the comment. We're not worried. Next few days or early next week, that's where we're at, isn't it? Listen, it is what it is. Please smash a like on the video. I'm working 3 till 9 today. If anything does happen, you'll see me after that. If not, and we'll wait and see. Jared says, when you least expect it. I mean, we're waiting on the EFL, not the 49ers, bro. But yeah, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course, hit that notification bell. And hopefully, I will see you later on with some more good news. We'll wait and see. Peace out, folks. Enjoy the rest of your day.